know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Hello, 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 everybody. It is the MG Show. OMG, it's the MG Show. Welcome to the MG Show. Shady, you're the G and the M, I'm the M.
That's exactly right. You are not going to get MAGA without MG. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. It is October the 14th. My goodness, has it really almost been a year since we got the greatest president in human history elected, and now he's like obliterating every single control mechanism that they implemented against us for decades. It's amazing. I tell you, watch.
Middle East peace, 3,000 years. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Hans-Jörg Peace, for not doing that. Now you're funding No King's Day.
He did it like with ease too. You know, he's like, you knock down the 3,000-year-old cult, you don't even like bat an eye.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It's pretty awesome, actually.
I want to go through a couple of these, Shady, because they're very pesky. And this was October 9th. And this is, do we have a pesky Q-proof about who owns the voting machines, Shady? On 10/9/2025, Dominion Voting sold to a company run by ex-GOP election official, Shady.
This is a pretty interesting chain of events here.
Yeah, so this is it right now. The voting machine behemoth, President Trump and his allies baselessly attacked after the 2020 election, yeah, right, has been sold to a Missouri-based company run by former Republican election official. The person name is Liberty, it's called, is owned by Scott Leyendecker, who in 2011 created a software program focused on enabling election workers to verify voters and check them at the polling locations. According to Leyendeckers' LinkedIn page, his company, which has been called No Inc., but has changed its name to Liberty Vote, has more than 155 employees and $55 million in annual revenue. The company says that its system is used by election officials in more than a third of the U.S. and describes itself as the nation's leading provider of election poll books. Matt Blunt, who was then Missouri Republican Secretary of State, appointed Leyendecker to a role investigating St. Louis elections administration after the 2000 election. As governor, Blunt later appointed Leyendecker to be St. Louis Republican election director. Ed Martin, a loyal Trump surrogate, was St. Louis Board of Elections chair when Leyendecker was in the city's election director. As a U.S. attorney for D.C. Trump current administration, Martin demoted prosecutors who worked on January 6 cases, pursued critics of Elon Musk's Doge operation, and threatened Wikipedia over what he called biased propaganda. But what's interesting about this, Shady, all these cases, look at that. Dominion sued Fox, $787 million. 67, Newsmax just agreed to pay $67 million. John Polos said the attacks against the company severely damaged its reputation and jeopardized its future. But let's go back to the pesky Q proof, Shady, because it's pretty amazing. So on 12/13/2017, let's just go like this. Okay. There's the scoop. Then you've got this one. Voting. So Q asked us about the ownership of voting machines before. They knew George Soros was going to mess with the numbers. This was the plan, a very special place. What would be the penalty of stealing elections? Q reposted that and says, we have a really special place picked out for George Soros. Really special. Q. Then you've got this right here, Shady Grove, 153. What about voting machines? Who owns the voting machines? What about voter ID logs, photo ID, blah, blah, blah. But very interesting, at that time, it was Dominion, Soros. They shared the same office. Dominion and Open Society shared the same office in Canada. And then we've got this one, 4963. Runbeck, Dominion, Secretary of State offices. Investigators, researchers, whistleblowers, patriots, and trusted positions. Trust yourself. You have seen the truth. Time to show the world. Focus, focus. Ascension Q. Look at that, guys. I think that's a pretty pesky Q proof, Shady.
I think that it's bigger than what most people realize is actually happening right now. You know, because of the way that they worked this whole narrative that they worked in, and the way that they utilized the Dominion voting system, and all of these things that they said, that quite a number of them turned out to not be true, right? And so they've utilized this whole thing to like weaponize everybody's minds to basically not trust the voting system. And then they had all this narratives like to fall right behind it. Oh, let's send in the military to take over the voting machines. You see what I'm saying? So it's very interesting now that we're walking this dynamic back of what you're just explaining there about the control over Dominion, and now all of a sudden all these lawsuits are being initiated.
We also
is that odd?
It's odd. We also have a very interesting, odd Supreme Court decision where Alex Jones didn't get his. Hang on, Shitty. I got to go for a second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm not exactly like, I don't have it right in front of me like what he's looking at there for the Dominion thing, but I will like pivot real quick to talk about what we've witnessed in the last couple of days. And exactly what it is that you guys have all been seeing with the psychological operations that were running against you in regards to all of these narratives around the Middle East. And so what effectively has ended yesterday, what you saw end yesterday, was a day that I think that October 13th is going to be looked back on from the future of America as the day whenever what it is that you disagreed with the whole time in the Middle East was over. Okay. You know, what they started in the Middle East and what you saw started in the Middle East in the early 90s, 1993, 92, whenever the first operation went into Iraq and the whole BS happened with Kuwait and our troops were actually being put on the ground there. That was a flashpoint. That was a flashpoint to something that had been being set up in the Middle East since the beginning of the Federal Reserve. And that system that they had set up in the Middle East was OPEC and the control of the oil with Saudi Arabia, and then control of the political system with Iran, and this big coordination thing that was going on in the background as they weaponized each government against one another to generate, quote unquote, the Middle East chaos that we've witnessed our whole entire lives. Basically built out of the Cold War was this Middle East chaos. You know, they kind of like pivoted from the Cold War into the destruction of the Middle East, and then our generation, or two generations here together, participated in, for lack of a better term, blowing up the Middle East and blowing up every single relationship and initiating economic and militarized coups against multiple foreign governments in that region of the world. So therefore that we could control them like a puppet government and pit them against one another. That dynamic that's been playing out in the Middle East is what you saw come to fruition yesterday, come to an end yesterday, and it's because of leadership. And I can't make this point more clear to you guys. It's so important for you to understand and to realize, because you need to be making the example in your life of how to lead. The way that you lead is you lead the way that Donald Trump is leading. You lead with vision. You lead with ideas. You lead with strength, and you lead with the all of your tools and people in place before you start what you're doing so that it's successful. The vision of success is exactly what it is that America needed to see, because all we saw for years and years and years and years was failure, failure, failure. Since World War II, you haven't seen anything presented to you that shows success. Everything has been about failure, and everything has been about degrading America on the world stage. And what you saw yesterday was the pivot back to where that is supposed to be. And I am so thankful for this platform to be able to share with all of you what we were able to witness, because it was historic. And also the future of where we're going. The people, the naysayers and the doom and gloomers are trying to paint a different future for all of us. And what we're doing here on this broadcast is we're empowering you to create your own future, because it's like a canvas, guys. The future is a canvas. You can paint on the future what it is you want. They're not going to be there to destroy you the way that these forces that be are trying to express to you. So I'm so encouraged today by what I saw yesterday, and I know we got some big events going on today, but that's a little bit of my 2 cents.
Yeah, thank you, Shady, for
no problem.
Yeah, Eddie Mike made a really good point. Is this a protest in Portland up in here? Huh? There's a lot of naked people in here. What is going on? We got a naked.
You do not want him to show you the video.
Look at, we got Shift in the High naked Eagle. Oh no, your LJE Mag is naked. Let's see. Look at all you naked people.
Oh, I'm not seeing them. I have to scroll back and see.
Oh my God!
Everybody looks like I only see one person without.
Political Cartoon is naked.
That's the only one I see.
Why did everybody just get a castle? What's going on? I just saw.
I'm seeing everybody. Everybody looks good on my side, bud.
Wow.
You're seeing.
Maybe they were okay. Cue Ball was naked for a minute, and now you're not naked.
Man, I think you're having some stuff going on, man. Don't look at the people gifting subs right now.
I'm thinking it's a protest in Portland.
I'm telling you, if he has to show that video, you guys will not survive it.
Yeah, kudos, Eddie Mike, for that great comment, by the way. So I'm sorry, I kind of had to just step away, so I'm not exactly sure where you left off, Shady.
I actually kind of I stepped away out because I didn't have what you were talking about in front of me, and I kind of just expressed my excitement for the world that we're living in and what we saw yesterday and the leadership of Donald Trump.
Oh, excellent. I wanted to also real quick go over, since what do we talk about on a daily basis, actually weekly basis on Friday, Shady Groove? We talk about what?
We talk about the bloodline control system that created the Federal Reserve that currently lords over us with globalist nonsense.
That's right. Just Val is the first time on the live. Welcome, Just Val, to the Press 17 is naked. And so are you, Just Val. But it's your first time on the show, so welcome. But this is, I want to just real quick, I don't think people got the understanding of this meme right here. Actually, it's a proposal to build a l'Arc de Triomphe style, thing right here in Washington, D.C., okay? A monument, right? So it's very interesting. It's an architectural proposal, right, for a structure that resembles France's Arc de Triomphe with the winged angel. People missed the winged angel, and that's called a Nike statue, where the angel comes down and touches 1 foot to the ground, which symbolizes victory. It's called a Nike.
Correct.
Okay. So so this was 10/11. On 11/11, that was 10/11/2025, and on 11/11, post 133 says, "Follow the bloodlines." Okay. How many of you Q people have followed the bloodlines?
Everybody here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So on 7/9/2018, Shady, I did a thread, right? It was a group dig. There's a lot of people that helped with it, about saving the best for last P, and where the P was Payseur, where the Payseurs are descendants of Queen Marie Antoinette and own the Vatican and the Federal Reserve and most all companies that are public. On 8/28/18, post 1970, Q reposts Luca. We know who that is. And Anon, trying to prove us wrong, asked Q if it was Payseur. Q reposted that. Boom. Okay? Boom. Okay? Got it. So interesting to note that this is a deliberate tease of an ambitious proposal, right? And there's the Payseur thread, right? And then this is it too. So this is, I want to also tie this in. But let's just read this real quick because this monument right here is ambitious. And it's a proposal for a triumphal arch in Washington, D.C., positioned in the traffic circle directly across from the Potomac River from the Lincoln Memorial near the entrance to Arlington National Cemetery. The rendering, created by Harrison Design, a firm known for classical and high-end residential projects, depicts a grand neoclassical structure topped with a gilded winged figure. A Nike statue is an angel with wings spread and 1 foot touching the ground, or victory symbol, like the winged victory of Samothrace. If you guys have ever been to the Louvre, if you walk up the stairs, it's the first thing you see, the winged victory of Samothrace, and flanked by eagles, invoking a scale of drama like Paris' Arc de Triomphe, but tailored to American symbolism of possibly defeating the bloodlines, Shady. The Arc de Triomphe in Paris, France, was primarily funded through a national treasury of the French Empire and subsequent governments, as was a state-commissioned public monument rather than privately financed project in Pick 3. There we go. Okay. So what we want to do is look at all of that, guys. Napoleon. Okay, so it was a tribute to the French revolutionaries and Napoleonic armies. Construction began in the same year as his birthday, August 15th, which is the first stone laid symbolically by Napoleon himself. The project was entirely a government initiative, drawing from imperial funds allocated for monumental public works. Napoleon was a prolific sponsor of such infrastructure to glorify his regime and France's military prowess. 9/20/2020, 479. 4739, excuse me. While evil, so I'll just strengthen my faith, Lord, forgive my sins so that I may clean in your righteousness. Make me brave so I can stand and fight in the spiritual battles in my life and in our world. Give me your wisdom and discernment so I won't be caught off guard. Together, Lord, we will win, because in truth, you already have. While evil still roams, the power of your name and your blood rises up to defeat and bring us victory against every evil planned against us. While malicious actions may disturb us, we use the armor of God you have given us to stand firm. You will bring justice in due time for all the harm and needless violence aimed at your children. Until then, we remain in your presence, aligned with your purpose, and we look to you as our supreme commander and protector. Help us avoid temptation and deliver us from evil, Lord. You are the mighty one, the one who will ultimately bring all evil to light. With you, Jesus, we are safe. Amen. So very interesting of what's happened I did this on the, what date did I do this post, JD? I did it on Friday? October 11th, right? So it's the 14th today, and look what happened yesterday. Look at all the children that are going to be saved in the Middle East, Shady. Look at the evil that has been shown to you, and all the stupid, influencers that are saying stupid things, Candace Owens.
That's increasing too. That's increasing across the board. But the important thing is we're seeing Donald Trump build stuff, guys. That's what's important. We're seeing stuff being built, and that means okay. You just unpack that a second. Think about it. Did you see George W. Bush build anything? Did you see him redo a room, renovate something, make something nicer than it was, have a vision, have an idea, do something productive? No. Did you see Obama do that? No. Did you see Bill Clinton do that? No. Carter? No. Reagan? No. Why did they not build anything? Why did they? Because they couldn't. Because the optic is being created that you are done with. The optic was being created that everything that was going to get built was going to get built in China. And you were going to follow along, and we were all going to be subservient. And like Obama went around the world apologizing to everybody for America and saying, we were going to lead from behind. Like that leading from behind is what America, that's the road we were on until Donald Trump. And he's building stuff, Jeff. He's building things. He's already built stuff. He's already built the whole patio at the Rose Garden. He's now built a safe Washington, D.C. He's building a safe Memphis. And now now he's building symbolic monuments of success so that the future can look back and remember the troubling times and also the triumph that we had over it.
So I want to also do another quick pesky Q proof while we're on pesky Q proof.
Let's go.
All right, so I'm not sure if this is a pesky Q proof, but I'm asking you guys, your thoughts, okay? On 8/11/2025, Ivanka Trump says that President Trump, her dad, sees all and hears all, and he stands with them. On 1/13/2018, January 2018, post 529, specifically this part, we hear all, we see all, we hear all, fight, fight, fight. But listen to this. This is the full post. Be ready. MSM coming. Big way. We see all, we hear all, fight, fight, fight. Conspiracy push coming. MSM lost control. D's lost slave grip. D's lost center voters. This is happening today. Libs are minority. MSM projects as big movement. Fake news. 4 to 6 lost forever. There was 10 dead people, Shady. That's about 4 to 6%. Hello, George Soros. Now listen to this, Shady Groove. This is amazing.
And the president wanted me to share, as he has with so many of you personally, that he sees you, he hears you, he stands with you, always, always.
Fight, fight, fight. So that's the part I wanted you guys to see, but very interesting that was said, and that was while they were waiting for President Trump to land, on October 11th, or they were waiting, for everybody out there in the square. Crazy.
It's been a crazy month. I mean, it's only been a month since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and what it has done is it has given us sight. We now have clarity. We now can see who was actually here to be MAGA and who was actually here to hurt us. Okay, people like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, General Flynn, Marjorie Taylor Greene. These people are out to harm you. They're out to harm Trump's message. They're out to distort and confuse people that are literally just innocently wanting to support Donald Trump. And so they step in like they know everything, and they grab your mind and they put all this crazy stuff in front of you. And then people see other people thinking that that's real, and they go downstream with it. Therefore, a lot of the times losing themselves forever, becoming awash in a conspiracy world that they could never navigate, because that world is not being generated to navigate you to a shore. It's being generated to keep you in the river. Okay? You will never find clarity with them. They will never solve anything. They will never build anything. The only thing that they will do is to destroy unity that already exists. Remember, the great deceiver cannot create. The great deceiver cannot build anything. The great deceiver can only mock. The great deceiver can only utilize what you do and tear it apart. So the distinction between the people that are building the golden age and the people that are trying to act like that they want to hold on to the neocon age is becoming very, very clear. And I'm including people like Steve Bannon and Alex Jones and all of the InfoWars horde and all of these networks that are out there that are working 24/7 to try to confuse people. They have no interest whatsoever into getting to the truth. They're just like a hospital or the medical establishment. They have no interest in curing the patient. They're only trying to make it comfortable.
So, yeah, I mean, did you see these? There's a lot of weird trolls out there. You can't call Trump Hitler and then he frees Palestine and the Jewish people. You can't call him Hitler anymore. You can't say that he killed those babies, can you?
He's a BB stooge. He's a BB stooge. He's Bibi Netanyahu's
No, he's not.
Don't you know?
Did you see those photos of him and Bibi? He's just like,
yeah, I did. And also, this is what I saw. This is the biggest thing that people aren't getting. The meeting in Egypt. Did you notice that Bibi wasn't that the two main contention wasn't there? Why? Because it's the Middle East that's going to do it. It's the region that's going to do it. It's a cooperative amongst the people. All you people acting like, oh, Israel is this, Israel is that. Israel just got their balls chopped off by Donald Trump. And again, he inserted the Middle East conversation. The people that actually have the funding to do something about Gaza and to help the Palestinian people, which is what all of the numbnuts are screaming at. Jeff, I mean, you know what? The Bannon nuts were telling us that he was going to create World War III with the Iran strike. He couldn't have negotiated the deal that he negotiated yesterday without us striking those nuclear facilities in Iran first.
And now they might come to the table for
They
peace.
will come to the table. They have no choice.
All right. So, wow. And then people are saying that there's no arrests.
Oh, God, here we go.
Okay. This is MSDNC even showing that there's been 3 arrests. John Bolton has been indicted. That's what you call an arrest, guys. James Comey indicted and Letitia James indicted. These are indictments, guys. Okay. These are cases against people. And I guarantee you there's more coming. Okay. Yeah. See that? So that's MSDNC with brackets showing 3 indictments so far. Another pesky Q proof 11, 10, 11, 25. MSDNC showing indictments 11, 6, 17. I'm sorry about that. 19. Sorry about that. 18. I goofed up. But indictments coming. Look it. Indicted. So Q told us indictments were coming 2019, but I believe it's 2025 now because they stole the election, Shady.
Yes, and at some point it was Q explained that we were pivoting to a bigger plan because things were getting a lot bigger than we thought. So
on 3/12/19 post 3012, we've got indictments now. They're here. It's just 2025. I don't care. The unsealing of the first several indictments will bring about unity and change that we can believe in, returning power to the people, returning the rule of law to our land. We stand together. We stand together as patriots. And here's 8/17/2020 post 4621 placeholder indictments tracking non-civ set 1. Placeholder indictment tracking civ. Placeholder acts of treason plus supported articles. Foreign acts pub. Placeholders FISA pub. Guys, it's happening, okay? And all these little naysayers are acting like it's not, Shady.
That's what they have to do. They're not going to get paid if they don't do that. They're screaming at me, trying to act like that I'm being paid by Israel because I'm supporting Donald Trump. They're already doing that. So the reality of the situation is, don't they always project what it is they're doing onto us?
Yeah.
So that must mean that they're all getting paid to do what they're doing because no human being with any common sense can come to these conclusions. And I promise you, and I talk to people that aren't inside Twitter, believe it or not, there's real people in the world, and there's not a single one of them that are even in the realm of this nonsense about Charlie Kirk. There's not a single one of them that sees any of this crap that you guys are being fed, that we're all being fed if we're paying attention to Twitter. Twitter is the best place to go and find real information, and it's also a garbage pile of BS that it looks exactly like the Chan boards did in 2016.
Yep. I also want to go over this one. The Ukraine impeachment of Trump, of me. This is a Donald Trump Truth Social post. The Ukraine impeachment of me scam was far bigger illegal hoax than Watergate. So he's saying that it's bigger than Watergate, Shady.
Yeah, I've heard
I
that
sincerely hope the necessary authorities, including Congress, are looking into this. Adam Shifty Schiff was so dishonest and corrupt. So many laws and protocols were violated and just plain broken, President DJT. So do we have a worse than Watergate post here, guys?
No.
This is Q post 1972, 8/28/2018. This is talking about the FBI knew of bias before getting FISA on Carter Page. Bigger than Watergate, biggest scandal in U.S. history. Kirk gets fake news. Desperate to shelter, define shelter, a place giving temporary protection from bad weather or danger. Q, this is it right here, 4686-913-2020. Equal justice under the law as written. Transparency, disclosure, and accountability. Justice is on the way forward. Future of our republic at stake. Watergate times 1,000. Have you been tracking the events September 14 to 18, 2020? These were indictments, guys. Did Kevin set his alarm? This is happening, guys. Also, why was POTUS framed regarding Russia collusion? Protect the truth regarding Hillary, DNC, Russia collusion. Why was POTUS impeached regarding Ukraine? Protect the truth regarding Biden, class 1 through 99, Ukraine collusion. Blame the opponent for of what they've done themselves are guilty of. DNC media push echo. Submitted talking points generate false narrative, guys. I mean, there's more here because there's 7 posts with Watergate and there's 27 posts with Ukraine.
I'd also like to point out that first one you just showed right there was post 1972. That was 2 posts after post 1970 that was confirmation of the PACER.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
that
right.
Was like the next day. It might have been that same day.
And, I really would like you guys sharing this a lot more. Thank you so much. If you did share, I appreciate it. But share them again because these are pesky and people aren't seeing them because I'm
We're both shadow banned. It's insane. It's insane. Like if you go out there and you try to make any positive commentary about Donald Trump and what's going on, that's not, if Donald Trump is not controlled by Israel, your comments are not going anywhere. And people aren't going to see your comments to this nonsense. It's all being hidden. It's really crazy what what Twitter is currently doing to everybody's minds. I mean, you can pretend like whatever, but this is overwhelmingly an attack on the MAGA agenda and what it is that Donald Trump is doing. Like, Twitter is lit up with these idiots, and Matt Gaetz is doing it too. By the way, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, whatever Brian is that she, with Candace Owens, they all just happy MJ Truth and Ghost of Ezra, all these people doing the same thing.
We're doing all these pesky Q proofs. They're doing pesky BS.
Exactly.
Right? So what have we been doing here on the show? This is a pesky Q proof of pesky Q proofs, Shady Groove. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So Dan Scavino posts wheels up. We're wheels up. Okay. There it is. We're wheels up. So the wheels up post I want to take you to is 3414-7/11-2019. Only Anons can fully appreciate the continued validation, confirmations through covert series of mathematically impossible coincidences means in order to maintain structural integrity. Wheels up.
In other words, he's talking right to you.
Maybe not to MJ Truth and Candace Owens and all those other douche nozzles.
Talking over them.
Right.
And around
talking
them.
to you.
Talking to you personally, if you can read the message. Nobody else is showing you the message. I bet you go to that post and you won't see anybody that's actually posted the screenshot of that Q post that correlates to that timestamp. You're not going to see it because they're not posting it anymore. They're trying to avoid Q like the plague. General Flynn told them to stop talking about Q.
So here's a Flynn fail, a pesky Flynn fail. I'm going to call those Flynn fails, Shady Groove. This is General Flynn, just 2 days ago, 10/12.
Oh, wow.
Are we live? Epstein files. This issue is not going away. It's not even an argument, not debatable. True. Yeah.
Do you remember when your president said my way or the hoax way? Angry Trump says he doesn't want support of stupid Epstein conspiracists.
Oh, that would mean he's calling General Flynn stupid right now.
Aha. Aha.
Well, that sure is interesting.
Are you learning? Learn the comms. From 7/22/2025, we had the greatest 6 months of any president in history of our country, and all the fake news wants to talk about is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. There's no list. Jeffrey Epstein was put in jail for his crimes.
They're still acting like there's a list. All these people on your side, all these people that were like pretending to be MAGA, and they're Marjorie Taylor Greene people, Candace Owens people, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to release the Epstein list. Why are they doing that? Because they spent the time in the mainstream media generating that hoax narrative that Donald Trump called out. And then all of you people, all the people that were on your side fell right into the trap, quote unquote. Or did they? Or did they fall into the trap? Or did they just reveal themselves?
So those are your latest pesky Flynn fails and pesky Q proofs. And I just wanted to go through those, Shady Groove. And, we're here to celebrate yesterday. We did play yesterday. Thank you guys for joining us yesterday for that. Appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you. And, Yeti, thank you very much. And we were going to take the day off, but I'm like, let's play, the amazing history being made, Shady. It was history being made.
It absolutely was. And I did take the day off.
You did. You did. And it's okay. You can do that.
That's what happens. It's early here.
It is early. And so what I want to do is I want to basically, play this real quick. It is Jesse. But basically, you are watching President Trump usher in a new golden age in the Middle East. It's easier to get peace in the Middle East than the Democrats open the government, guys.
I don't think they're going to open the government. They seem really comfortable with the government being closed. And as a matter of fact, Jeff, I'm advocating for this government to stay closed. I'm sorry. I know. Calm down. But listen, we got peace in the Middle East with the government closed. I mean, you got to think, there's success that can be pointed to. So,
maybe we should have the government closed more often.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it could be open 20 days a year or something. Write the check real quick and then go home.
Get the hell out of here. Because with the internet, we don't need representatives anymore.
No, we don't. We can have
Because they're not representing us, Shady.
No, what we need is AI representatives. We need an AI representative from our district that we all come together and we program this thing, and it just sits there and it makes the vote, and we never have to deal with elections. Boy, this could be a hoot.
Okay. All right, here we go. Jesse did a great job, Shady. Check this out.
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
So amazing.
This took 3,000 years to get to this point. Can you believe it? And it's going to hold up, too.
The president describing this as much more than a hostage.
And it's going to hold up, too. So that is directly aiming at Flynn's post yesterday, talking about, you got to get rid of this, that, the other thing, because I know better than President Trump. Are we live?
He literally said that he was going to continue his 5G war against us after Donald Trump told him to stop being a warlord. That's what's going on. Like, I'm going to continue to attack you with my bogus narratives, no matter what you do, whether it's Epstein or Israel. My people are going to continue to attack you.
Or this peace agreement. Here we go. Keep going.
Exchange and ceasefire. He's promising the region a new golden age.
This is not only the end of a war. This is the end of an age of terror and death, and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God. This is the historic dawn of a new Middle East.
Trump says the Gaza deal might be his biggest accomplishment yet, and that's saying a lot, although he hasn't finished the big, beautiful ballroom. To him, the deal is more beautiful than any tower, any course, any coin. The deal is as beautiful as Melania, almost.
They all wanted to see this happen. That's the amazing thing. Everybody came together at this point. If you go back 6 months or 7 months, you would have said a thing like this is impossible. They all wanted this to happen, and it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Everybody wanted this, but they never tried. And when they did it the wrong way. Instead of giving the Iranians bribes, he bombed them. He sold the Arabs tech instead of just weaponry, and didn't lecture them about human rights abuses. He let Israel fight their own wars, joined in when it made sense, and then told them to cut it out when it didn't. Trump discovered that the Palestinian statehood wasn't a goal. It was just a stumbling block. Joe Biden, in a weird way, did bring the Jews and Muslims together. They both hated him. President Trump, the Jews and the Muslims, respected. And now families are being reunited for the first time in 2 years. For a man who's accused of separating families, he sure knows how to bring them together. And it feels so good.
The hostages are back. The hostages are back. It is a good feeling. Isn't that nice to say? You know, I just said the hostage. First time I said the hostages are back. It feels so good to say it.
Kamala wanted a ceasefire without getting the hostages back. How does that look now? Biden said Trump stole his peace plan. How does that look right now? The cover of the Jerusalem Post, God bless the peacemaker. From Air Force One, Trump was welcomed with a big thank you on Israeli beaches. In the town square, they were chanting his name.
You heard the whole crowd here started to erupt into cheers of thank you, Trump, thank you, Trump. Fair to say that President Trump is possibly even more popular here than he is in the United States.
Wolf Blitzer.
That's actually bullshit. He's more popular here in the United States. That's how he won an election, with your fake votes and your fake people and your illegal aliens.
I can't believe she said that.
Wow.
Wow.
Says people are wearing MAGA hats in the Middle East.
80 million.
And when I was there, I even saw people wearing Make America Great Again hats in that crowd over at Hostage Square.
Israeli ministers were seen wearing red hats today that said, Trump the peace president. Hakeem should wear one of those instead of the sombrero. Netanyahu says he's got a new BFF.
Donald Trump is the greatest friend that the state of Israel has ever had in the White House.
The Arabs haven't had an American president this good since Bush the Elder. It's not easy to get Jews and Muslims to love someone this much. They can't agree about anything.
It's not a great comparison.
Egyptian F-16s even gave Air Force One a big, beautiful escort today. Meanwhile, Trump was on the phone with Arab investors to help turn Gaza into the Mideast Mar-a-Lago.
I'm pleased to announce that numerous countries of great wealth and power and dignity have come forward to me just today and over the last week to say they want to help in the reconstruction of Gaza, putting up whatever money is necessary.
The Mideast used to be a money pit, and somehow Trump's turned it into an investment opportunity and has everybody else putting up most of the capital. Fingers crossed the deal sticks. Now, Pakistan's demanding the Nobel Committee do a recount.
I would like to nominate this great president for Nobel Peace Prize. And I think that you're the man this world needed most at this point in time.
A decade ago, Pakistan was caught harboring Osama bin Laden, and now they're kissing the feet of an American president. Time magazine put him on the cover, calling the peace deal his triumph. But Trump's humble. He doesn't want all the credit.
Marco will go down, I mean this, as the greatest Secretary of State in the history of the United States. I believe that. I believe it. And he and I, we really fought it out. You remember, he was tough. He was nasty. Who the hell thought this was going to happen, Marco, right?
And Witkoff got a big shot out, too.
Steve started this all by himself. I call him Henry Kissinger, who doesn't leak. Okay? Henry is a big leaker. He leaked. Steve doesn't leak. Steve just wants to get the job done. He wants to do what's right.
New York real estate developers did more for peace in the Middle East than what career diplomats did in decades. Hillary said Trump didn't even have the temperament to be president.
Everyone thought I was going to be brutal. In fact, I remember Hillary Clinton during a debate, she said, look at him. He's going to go to war with everybody. And actually, she said, he's got a personality that's all about war. No, and my personality actually is.
And, by the way, that's also a pesky Q-proof, Shady Groove. Wow.
The peace president.
Stopping wars, and it seems to work.
Democrats are now saying, thank God we didn't have Kamala.
It pains me somewhat to admit this, but yes, he's certainly been good for the Middle East and for Israel in a way that I don't think there was any reason to expect Harris to be good.
Even Kamala is giving Trump credit.
I don't think that we should hold credit where it's due, and I commend the people who have been a part of this process. I'd commend the Qataris, the Egyptians, and the president.
If Kamala had succeeded in putting Trump in prison, Iran would have still had nukes and Hamas would have still had hostages. The best Biden and Harris could do for Gaza was spend hundreds of millions on a pier that sank into the ocean. Even Biden's guys are now giving MAGA credit.
I give credit to President Trump. I give credit to Witkoff and Kushner and Rubio. These are hard jobs.
This shouldn't be political. We can all celebrate peace and the hostage release, but we do have to keep score. A lot has been said.
If he gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on the show and say, thank you for doing it.
Which day?
Well, we watched The View today and no hat. Rashida Tlaib was banging pots and pans, screaming free Gaza. Trump just freed Gaza. No tweets, no speeches, no press releases, nothing.
That's because you guys all know why. Because they're Hamas. They're Muslim Brotherhood, okay? The Muslim Brotherhood wants Hamas to govern the Middle East countries like Egypt, and they don't want them to govern. They want the Palestinian people to govern, Shady.
The people that are controlled and the people like Tlaib and others that are working for this virtue signal are actually fingers of the intelligence agencies.
Fangers. Fanger.
And the woman's Palestinian. Seems like she was more into the Intifada. Even Fetterman's asking, Where's Rashida?
Absolute elation. I mean, how can we all celebrate this thing? I mean, you've had human beings held underground for over 2 years and tortured and beaten and starved, forced to dig their own graves and things. Now they can finally come back home. And now everyone should be celebrating these things.
If Democrats had their way, Trump would have been rotting away in prison like a hostage instead of freeing them. Why can't the left just say we were wrong? They held signs that said, "End genocide now." Trump ended what they said was genocide. Not even a thank you. No, sorry about the whole Hitler thing. Now we should make them call him Gandhi. Trump's on a roll, and he's reaching out to friends and foes.
Yet even to Iran, whose regime has inflicted so much death on the Middle East, the hand of friendship and cooperation is open. I'm telling you, they want to make a deal. That's all I do in my life. I make deals. I'm good at it. I've always been good at it. And I know when they want. Even if they said, we don't want to make a deal, I can tell you they want to make a deal.
With this Mideast momentum, Trump's turning his eyes back to Ukraine. He's flirting with sending Zelensky tomahawks to make Putin feel more pain. Carrot hasn't worked. Trump thinks it might be time for Putin to feel some stick. Now, if Israel and Hamas can make a deal, Russia and Ukraine can too. Trump's more accomplished in 9 months than most presidents do in a term. He's still got 3.5 years left, and he's already racked up 8 peace deals, trillions of dollars of investments and trade deals, a secure border, tax relief, crime down in D.C., record stock market, low gas prices, and cooling inflation. When Trump meets Xi Jinping next month in South Korea, China is going to be facing an American president battle-tested and with the wind at his back. We're witnessing a historic presidential legacy being written in real time. The only question now is, how big?
It's only good. The best is yet to come, guys. It's huge. Wow.
No, it's just now getting started. It's just now everything. We are just now getting started for the rest of the American history to unfold. Right? We have watched 100 years, guys. 100 years of everything that we know. Every one of us that is alive has done nothing but watch these people steal everything that isn't nailed down, give no respect to the country, give no reverence whatsoever to what's actually sacred, and make all of these other things sacred. You know, like trying to make abortion sacred, trying to make gay marriage sacred. You have your right to get married, but trying to like make everybody else go along and forcing Christian people to make gay cakes, like all these nonsensical things that have no connection to what America really is, attacking people for their political beliefs, attacking people because they're praying in abortion clinics, sending the government in to harass parents that are concerned because there's men in their girls' bathrooms at school. Like, those are the people that were targeted. You guys have to understand, you know, to right the ship, it's a big lift to right the ship because they had it completely engineered to go in the wrong direction. And so what you're seeing here, I mean, you know, this is breakneck speed considering, you know, Jeff, they work on incrementalism. You know, they've been like, you know, slowly turning the heat up on us, like cooking the frog in the boiling water for years and years. We're turning around on a dime, and that type of those type of psychological operations start to fade really quickly when people see it in contrast to something that makes sense or has common sense.
That's right. You know, and you know, a lot of this has to do with think mirror, Shady Groove. Look there or here or there. Truth is behind you. So that, you know, somebody, I think it was Doc, actually made a post about, you know, the Great Awakening means get right with yourself. That's exactly what the think mirror is. Look there or here or there. Truth is behind you. The truth might not be where you think it is. Okay. And you have to deal with yourself in order to be good enough to discern and find the truth. You know, people are sitting there like believing, you know, fake QD codes. They're believing these, you know, Charlie Kirk's microphone shot him. I mean, you know, all the weird stuff. Get right, guys. Look in the mirror. Look there or here or there, because the truth is behind you.
You know, it's a good point to make, because the human condition makes us vulnerable to things that are shiny. You know, things that are like they look like they make sense. That's the reason that, you know, I mean, I feel like, you know, that what Bill Cooper did for me a long time ago was very, very important. And I think you would agree with this because, you know, the Alex Jones thing was going on when Bill Cooper was broadcasting, and he was generating a dynamic. He was this is essentially why this show, why we act the way that we do here, because we can clearly see that no one else is doing what we are doing. Because what we're actually doing is we're calling out the hysteria. We're calling out the things that are being generated that have no basis in reality, but people get addicted to it in their mind. They glom onto it, and I think that that's a big reason why Q was so good, because Q came out in a way to where we all kind of glommed onto it, right? But then as we dissected it more, it became more revealed how much more relevant that it was, as opposed to whenever people glom onto this InfoWars stuff. Every single day, it degrades you. It takes away from what it is that that you know to be true. All of these people, you know, that are acting like that there's this deep state target list, the Ivan Ranklins of the world. That's exactly what the news media uses to smear you with and try to say that Donald Trump has a target list. Donald Trump doesn't have a target list. There are people in this world who committed crimes, and they told us that no one was above the law. So if a jury of their peers, if a jury of 12 people indicts you, doesn't matter who or where you are, Donald Trump, unless he's on that jury, Donald Trump didn't have anything to do with you being indicted. Yeah. That's a big thing, Jeff, because they act like this indictment process doesn't exist. They act like that it's Donald Trump going after his political enemies. It isn't.
And I want to say, you know, this is another Q post about Think Mirror, guys. It's 1953. Stay local, U.S. Global equals reflection of local. Think mirror. Know your enemy. Quote, every battle is won before it's even fought, end quote. Knowledge is power, guys.
How do you navigate? That means your discernment, just like Jeff was saying right before, you know, that means that your discernment is going to be tested. You know, there is nothing in this realm that will not get tested. And as you accomplish different things, then your challenges will increase. You know, I mean, it's like the challenges that, you know, that we faced here to try to talk to you, the challenges that we faced over the last 10 years to be censored, and then to recognize that, you know, oh, we're being lied to by this whole group that's within our movement. And then to have everybody act like, because we recognize that, because we're pointing it out, that there's something wrong with us. Like, where do you get that conclusion? That is a Democrat logical fallacy. There's no other way to look at that. You're saying that because I don't like someone, or I can prove that they're corrupt, that I somehow do not have the right to broadcast. That's the narrative that they've been, that's what all these people say about what this show is on the quote unquote side of, you know, Republicans, so to speak.
Fake MAGA
everywhere.
Yep. All right, let me do this real quick before we get on out of here for the break, Shady Groove. This is Crypto.com. Let's be clear, cryptocurrency is no longer emerging. It's here. And that its latest move cements that reality is in the biggest way yet. Wow. Let me just read that again. Let's be clear, cryptocurrency is no longer emerging, it's here, and this latest move cements that reality in the biggest way yet. Trump Media Group just inked a massive deal for $6.4 billion with Crypto.com, the world's top crypto platform. They're teaming up to scoop up $6.4 billion in CRO, the powerhouse token that fuels fast, low-fee DeFi staking rewards and real-world perks like cashback on your spends, to launch America's first CRO treasury. When it's done, this new company will be the biggest CRO holder out there. Do you want in on the action? Head to Crypto.com today and grab some CRO. Let's make crypto great again. And Shady, wow. We'll be right back after these beautiful boom messages.
Thank you so much. Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received a generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20% and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back in stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings, regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. How about our My Towels? They're finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first time and the only time ever, get our limited edition premium My Pillows. They're made with Giza cotton and designer gusset. Queen $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
To MyPillow.com or call 800-873-0478 and use promo code MGSHOW. Use your promo code for the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
bit my tongue, said that it ain't my place. I've kept Jesus in the backseat, but I can't any longer. After what we all saw last week, I can't help but wonder, what if churches had a longer line outside, all them bars on Friday night? What if people prayed for people who ain't on their side? What if good ran off the bat, them streets of gold up there be packed? This whole world will look a lot better than we found it. If we make heaven crowded, what would the headlines and TV man say if we didn't give them no bad news to break? We all quit throwing punches and held out a helping hand. That devil couldn't touch us, no, he wouldn't stand a chance. If all them churches had a longer line outside and all them bars on Friday night, what if people prayed for people who ain't on their side? What if good ran off the bat, them streets of gold up there be packed? This whole world would look a lot better than we found it. If we make heaven crowded, talk to Jesus like a friend, talk to our friends about him, and didn't stop till we got everybody in. What if churches had a longer line outside and all them bars on Friday night? What if people prayed for people who ain't on their side? What if good ran off the bat, them streets of gold up there be packed? You and me could be the reason that somebody found it. If we make heaven crowded, if we make heaven crowded. Happy birthday, Charles.
Charlie, you alongside Jesus right now, doing what you always want to do, baby. Making heaven crowded, right? That's what it's all about. Making heaven crowded.
And country music star Cole Swindell joins us now. Cole, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about the inspiration of this song.
Yeah, you know, that clip right there is what made me take a look in the mirror, I think, at my own life. You know, I think I'd heard the phrase make heaven crowded, but the way she said doing what you always wanted to do, I think, you know, I looked in the mirror and I just wanted to make sure I, you know, wrote the lyrics that were in my heart. And I can't, you know, the response has been amazing. But today to be here is such an honor. And I just want to thank Erica and just all of Charlie's family and friends. He's, you know, left a legacy that we can only hope to follow.
Cole, you say it might be the most important song in your career.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Just the message, you know. I think we get caught up in life and worrying about this and that and lose focus on what's important. And Charlie, the more clips I see, the more stuff I learn about it. He had it figured out, I feel like. Mm-hmm. And we're all just, you know, trying to do the best we can and make heaven crowded. I mean, can you imagine a world with us spreading more Jesus and just, you know, being good to each other?
Well, it's truly remarkable the number of people whose lives he touched, and we would like to listen to your song.
All right, let's do it.
Take it away.
All right, and we played that song off the top. What a great song, and that's why he wrote it. He looked in the mirror, Shady Grove, and we're just talking about the Great Awakening, and it has to do with you. It starts with you looking in the mirror. And, you know, like I said, you know, I've been saying this for a long time, you know, read an X post, right? Or Twitter, X, right? And you're reading it, and, you know, they've been executed and replaced. Get up, look in the mirror, and say that to yourself. See if you don't laugh at yourself and think how ridiculous you are. Think mirror. The Great Awakening starts with you. Now, some people are still on this bandwagon. We're going to give them space and pray for them because everybody's awakening does not happen always at the same time, Shady.
Mm-hmm. Good point. It's a good point because I'm noticing a number of the people that have been following some of this stuff are starting to get exhausted, which is exactly what we knew would happen. This is the truth. The truth is that a day will come for each of us that we don't wake up.
Yeah. Amen.
And you have to all
pray for them.
Have to all realize that. And this is why cynicism. This is why I'm so passionate. This is why this show is so passionate. This is why the show is uplifting, because cynicism is very dangerous. And what you're seeing is it's like a plague. It's like the nothingness. Do you remember the nothing? Was it called The Nothing from the movie? Never-ending story. The nothing is coming. Cynicism is the nothing. Okay, that's what's coming. That's what's coming for society in general. They're engineering it on purpose so that it becomes a self-defeating loop, so that you never get out of it, even after you've left this realm. They're trying to keep you in it. Yeah. So we have to understand something very, very important. Every day is a blessing. Every morning when you wake up and you open your eyes and you see that another day has dawned and you are alive and awake and your beautiful spirit breathes the air again, you need to be thankful for that. You need to be thankful that we have a country where we can lead ourselves. You need to be thankful that we have a president that is willing to stand up for some of the most unbelievable truths that we've all known our whole lives, but no one had the cojones to speak it. He's speaking it with brashness and also with a jovial nature. We're mocking them in real time. That's the reason it's working, is because we're able to mock them. So effectively, I want you all to realize that cynicism, everything is lost. It's very easy. And that's what everybody's getting caught up in. They're getting caught up in that cynicism because it's so easy to not care. Trust me, let me explain this to you so you understand. It is easy to not care. It is very difficult and strenuous and arduous and tough and obstacles in front of you to care. That means you have to do something that demonstrates that you care. You have to build something good. You have to be nice. You have to act in kindness. You have to do these things to be a good human being. To not care and to dismiss everyone that walks in front of you as worthless and a POS, that's the easiest thing in the world to do. And the main one that perpetuates that is the great deceiver.
That's right. That's right. And I want to play this too. This was another Trump post last night. And I want you to think about where we go one, we go all. Okay? And the isms. Okay? This is basically a huge Q proof in and of itself. Where we go one, we go all is not hard. Okay? It's everybody. We either win or we don't. Where we go one, win or lose. Where we go one, we go all. And I want to win. I'm on the winning side. Here we go. Shady Groove, check this out. Think of where we go one, we go all when you hear this.
We gather on a day of profound joy, of soaring hope, of renewed faith, and above all, a day to give our deepest thanks to the Almighty God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It should now be clear to everyone throughout the region that decades of fomenting terrorism and extremism, jihadism and anti-Semitism have not worked. They've been a disaster. They've just killed. They've killed. From Gaza to Iran, those bitter hatreds have delivered nothing but misery, suffering, failure, and death. Through glory and heartache, we have built industries together, we have made discoveries together, we have confronted evil together, and we have waged war together, and perhaps, most beautifully of all, we have made peace together. And this week, against all odds, we have done the impossible and brought our hostages home. The God who once dwelled among his people in this city still calls us, in the words of Scripture, the turn from evil and do good. Together we've shown that peace is not just a hope that we can dream about, it's a reality. It's an incredible triumph for Israel and the world to have all of these nations working together as partners in peace. This is the day that people across the region and around the world have been working, striving, hoping, and praying for. With the historic agreement we've just signed, those prayers of millions have finally been answered.
Where we go one, we go all, worldwide, Shady.
Because the world is involved. Because we have been engineering destruction around the world, and it's our responsibility to put it back together. We messed it up. We took relationships that were functional and degraded them on purpose. We took countries that liked each other and made them hate each other. We took away democratically elected officials and replaced them with puppets to a system that does not serve anyone except the system. Where we go one, we go all means the people of earth stand up against the few that lord over them and take back control of their systems of government. And America leads the way because we have the best example of how you can do that and how you can protect yourself. But if you do not do it, wherever you are around the world, if you do not speak up now, it will be forever hold your peace. It will be, because they are out to destroy everything that does not stand up to it. It is destructive. It will consume you if you do not stop it.
That's why Bill Kristol, one of the founders of the Project for a New American Century, PNAC, these neocons, Shady, are big mad. He wants the false kings run by Indivisible. Guys, these people are disgusting. This used to be a Republican. He was a George Bush Republican, guys. Okay? He was one of the founders of the Project for a New American Century, Shady, which is what got us in all this trouble.
And the ones that are currently holding on to it, the Thomas Masseys of the world, the Mitch McConnells of the world, the Candace Owens of the world, the Tucker Carlsons, the Alex Jones, they're all built out of that same fabric, and they cannot let go of it. This is proof positive. Just like the whole Flynn thing that we showed you. Flynn is a neocon. How do you know? Because he wants perpetual war. He's going to 5G war us till we surrender to his will. That's what he's doing. Thank you.
All right, land of Hoya.
I said Hoya.
Got in late today. Don't know if anyone gave a $47 for peace in the Middle East and return of the hostages, but here's some more. Thank you so much. $5 or 5 subscriptions, Andy Man 59. Thank you so much to the MG Show people. Trust 1961 says peace. A turning point in history. Yesterday, the world wins. God bless the world. Much love to all. Thank you so much for that.
Great comment.
You know, could you imagine? I want to be. I'm going to be vice president. Oh my God, geez. People are seeing through it now, Shady. I mean,
I tell you one thing.
Thank God.
Try to imagine. That's a good point that you're making. Try to imagine General Flynn like going on as Trump's vice president and being as effective as J.D. Vance. It's just interesting. You know, J.D. Vance goes on to ABC and he makes Stephanopoulos so upset that he cuts him off and runs to commercial and screams that he didn't answer a question that he did answer. As he's trying to defend himself, he cuts him off and goes to commercial. J.D. is doing an amazing job, everybody. And it really is really cool to see because there's this dynamic of the youth, all these guys that loved Charlie Kirk. I didn't quite realize it, but they all really like J.D.
Yeah.
Like they really like J.D. Vance. And so this is a big, big win for the president of the United States. And General Flynn wouldn't have a single one of those people that he would have brought to the conversation or to the vote.
That's right. Real Iron Eagle, thank you for the $5 Rumble Brand. I think it was earlier today. Whatever. Thank you. And for the subscription. Thank you, brother. You do not have to do that, but we really appreciate you, man. So these No Kings things are... we've done a big dig on this. The foreign and domestic billionaires are funding this through the Tides and Soros, and it's called Indivisible. Look at all these protests, Shady. Look at them all. Isn't that
They
insane?
seem very active. They make their stars really big, so it looks like they're covering the whole country, but really...
No. That's the capitals. That's where they're in.
I know, but I'm just saying it's just interesting.
No, that's a lot. There's a lot. There's 3 in my area. There is a lot. Okay?
There is a lot.
Now, I do want to get out and film them. I'm going to paint my hair purple, and I'm going to go undercover.
I'm doing it too.
Yeah, because I bet you these people don't look like us.
I'm going to go join
It's weird how these weird liberals look, guys. They don't represent me. Do they represent themselves in some form? Mental enslavement. They all look mentally enslaved, Shady. It's really weird.
I just picked up my bicycle today.
Good for you.
I'm going to blend right in.
Yeah, but you know what? If you go over any more bumps, you're going to have to put the seat back on. Real Iron Eagle, I love you guys. Love you too, brother. Rev Rob, 1 subscription to the MG show. You have to put the seat back on, JD.
Woo! Something to be said for that advice.
Yeah. This is what the Alyssa Faith Griffith should actually do today. We had AI.
We helped her.
Thank you,
Put the hat on, lady.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you.
Even
Thank you,
Hillary had to
President
say
Trump. Yep.
Obama, Kamala couldn't choke it out, but Hillary did.
Yeah, and Bill.
Yeah, Bill even said the name.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard him say Trump's name.
Yeah, listen to Bill Maher.
I always say this: you cannot ever deny success. You just have to give your respect, even if it's not your thing. Don't have the humility to give it up for enormous success on any level.
I agree.
Trump, not my choice. Didn't vote for him, but somehow,
a lot of people did.
And he's. I can't deny the success.
I can't either.
Yeah.
And he's the president.
And he's the president. I always say this.
But Hussein Obama couldn't even say the name Trump.
But and those two are, those two right there are, those are like mini Robert De Niro's. I mean, both of them. The other guy, I can't remember his real name, but I mean, he said some absolutely, disgusting things that he said before about the president of the United States. The person that ended up fixing the situation in Israel that was being engineered so that no one could ever fix it. I want to make sure everybody understands that the situation in Israel, it's like, it's an old situation that is being engineered by globalists so that they could generate a perpetual problem reaction solution scenario and generate 3 world wars and destroy all functions of religious environment on earth, leaving just the church.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the plan. That's what they were working on. There was going to be a one world religion, and it was going to come from the Vatican. That's what the globalists have been trying to engineer. And it's just really interesting that all of these people, the Candace Owenses and the General Flynns of the world and Steve Bannons, pledge their allegiance to that same entity. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. And this doesn't look like a picture of Trump being controlled by Netanyahu, does it, Shady?
Because it is not. Correct.
Look at
Quite
that.
the opposite, actually.
I'm the boss. All right.
You will listen to me, and you will listen good, and you will go over there, and you will sit down, and you'll shut the up. Thank you.
Oh, Lordy. And let's see. They've brainwashed millions of people to believe that this man, Donald J. Trump, was Hitler and his supporters were Nazis. So not only did we free the Israel hostages and ours as well, we freed 1,700 Palestinians, Shady.
Yep, we sure did.
They don't like to talk about that, do they?
No, they really don't like to talk about that. They don't like to understand exactly what was going on there.
Yeah. Wow, guys. So it's so wild. So free Palestine just did. Oh my God.
Like, we need a new subject.
Yeah.
Because they got to move. It's like, one day it's trans, one day it's climate change, next day it's Palestine. They're running out of rope here.
Oh man, I tell you. I also want to go through. Let me just grab this real quick because it's interesting. We had that Macron Shady Groove, the arm wrestling match. Remember that?
We even got the X-ray.
Yeah. Oh my God, the X-ray. That was funny. Where did it go?
It's right there, below that one and above the other one.
Whoa.
Yeah, see? Right there.
It was a YouTube video. Here it is. Okay, here it is. Okay, let's get this going. Let's visit the site, Shady Grove.
Okay, let's go back to the scene of the crime.
Welcome to today. Here we'll tell you about.
Calm down. With your really
Trump and President Macron had another outward handshake at the global summit in Egypt. But this time, as Trump shook Macron's hand, he tapped on the French leader's arm, saying something that Libra reader Nicolas Kikulin deciphered.
Wow.
It seems Trump is angry with Macron.
It's very clear what it is, okay? It's the guy doesn't want peace, Shady.
The guy's a payseur. The guy represents the globalist order. We are fighting him directly. He is working in the shadows as an enemy, but he stands on a stage as a friend, much like many other people that we know. This is exactly the dynamic that is happening. This is what you just saw right there was America wrestling away control of the world order from the globalists and bringing it home. Donald Trump brought that power home. It belongs to you. It does not belong to them. They took it without you knowing, guys. They stole everything that wasn't nailed down. The whole thing about Q, follow the bloodlines, was so that you would understand what is actually being done with you, the communist infiltration. And all of these people that scream and yell that they're Antifa and that they're anti-fascist, they don't tell you that they're pro-communist. They just act like there's something wrong with you because you're pro-fascism, because you disagree with the Antifa. Pro-fascism and pro-communism are essentially the same thing.
So let me go through this for you because it was kind of hard. So nice to see you. So you agreed as they're shaking, okay? And he said, is it genuine? And then Macron says, of course. And President Trump says, okay, so now I want to know why. And he says, you hurt. Let me see. Now I want to know why. You hurt me. I already know. And then he goes on to say, I am making peace. And he points at the camera and says, peace. And he says, excuse me, Macron says, as Trump points at the camera. And then let's handle this behind closed doors. And then Trump says, I only hurt the other. I see. We will have to see about that. You will see what is about to happen. Interesting. I'd like to see you do it. Do it. Do it. I'll see you in a bit. Wow. Pretty interesting, guys.
Pretty interesting.
So that's a lip reader. Allegedly, that is what the lip reader thinks that they said. Just wanted to point that out to you. I thought it was pretty interesting. And Shady, you were talking about the actual... this is what Macron's hand looked like after that. I mean, it's bad.
It was really bad. He had to actually, I don't think he showed back up because he had to go to they had an on-site ambulance. Thank God. I think they saved the pinky.
Yeah. Wow.
Thumb was crushed.
Yep.
Didn't make it.
Wow. Didn't make it. I tell you what, Wow. All right, so let's go over to this, Shady Grove, because let's go over to Donald J. Trump. He's been posting while we have been on the air. Let's go ahead and read some of those posts over here on Truth Social. Don't forget a copy of my son Eric's book, Under Siege, which is breaking records everywhere. It's a phenomenal book. Must read by everyone. Congratulations, Eric. You deserve it.
He was good on Gutfeld last night. He was on Gutfeld last night. He did really good.
Yeah. All 20 hostages are back and feeling as good as can be expected. A big burden has been lifted, but the job is not done. The dead have not been returned. As promised, phase 2 begins right now, President Donald J. Trump. And then just got back from the Middle East. At what point in time, what a point in time it was. The crowd for Charlie K's Presidential Medal of Freedom presentation is so big and enthusiastic that I moved it out of the new Rose Garden where everyone can see the Presidential Wall of Fame and the Palm Court renovation. Enter through the main south entrance. Time magazine, he also talked about this.
He basically just said he's going to walk everybody by the auto pen.
Yeah, exactly right. Time magazine wrote a relatively good story about me, but the picture may be the worst of all time. They disappeared my hair and then had something floating on top of my head, what looked like a floating crown, but an extremely small one. Really weird. I never liked taking pictures from underneath angles, but it's a super bad picture, and it deserves to be called out. What are they doing and why? Pretty interesting.
They don't like you, sir.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing. They're trying to degrade. You're trying to give you a side-handed compliment. Effectively, is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it's they can't really compliment because then
then the woke crowd will come for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're afraid. We've determined that they are all afraid of naked people on bicycles. That's the reason that they act like this.
And there's the picture right there, Shady Groove.
It was so bad.
Why would you?
And I saw it last night. I'm like, there's no way he's going to like that. He's not going to like that.
Yeah, no. However, it is a triumph, guys.
It is a triumph.
It is the leadership that Israel needed, and this is how Gaza heals.
But it's how the whole Middle East heals, and we have to understand that we are the problem. Like I've seen a number of these people that are, the Candace Owens, Steve Bannon nuts screaming and yelling about, you're nation building. Like, we destroyed the place. We ruined it. I know you don't want to hear this, but America ruined the Middle East, okay? Whether you meant for that to happen or not, they told you weapons of mass destruction and everybody went along with it. I was there. I saw everybody going along with it, by the way. I was like a lone voice in the wilderness way back in 2003. Acting like, what are you people talking about? The Tucker Carlson was on the news back then screaming and yelling at everybody. Like Jeff says, they were saying, turn the place to glass. Let's just get rid of every single person because we've engineered all of these disagreements in the region over the last 30 years. Now they're all fighting. Now we should just go kill them all. What a problem reaction solution. Donald Trump says, maybe we shouldn't just try to kill everybody. Maybe we should think that human life is valuable, and we should try to get everybody to understand that if they were to cooperate with society, they could be an economic behemoth. They could take advantage of the resources in their own countries, and they could put people to work. And the next thing you know, people will be raising families and having a nice life and retiring, and their kids be taking care of them as they're in their sunset years drinking tea on the porch. That's right. The reality Trump is trying to engineer for every human, not just Americans.
That's right. RTA are your initials. Thank you so much for the PayPal at Real MG Show. PayPal, $25 donation on PayPal. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
Appreciate that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Wow, that's so nice. We need that. So now, Shady Grove, look what's happening. Whoa, check this out.
What's your opinion on the ceasefire?
Well, I'm just sad that it's over. I just don't know how I'll pay rent without my protesting money.
Exactly.
Do I need to find a job?
Yes. Highly recommend you find a good job.
I mean, that might be AI, but I like it.
That's good AI, Jeff.
Yeah, that's good AI.
Yeah.
And then Kamala's book tour continues to bomb, Shady Grove. Check this out.
107 days.
You know what? I am not president of the United States. You want to go to the White House and talk to him? Then go on and do that.
And by the way, this is just before Trump has peace in the Middle East, Shady Grove. Wow.
It seems like they're getting restless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
a little bit aggravated. I was not the president. Well, we know. Thank God.
So let's this is the art of the deal, basically in a meme form. Let's negotiate, says Obama. I will blow shit up. Biden says, let's negotiate. I will blow shit up. Donald Trump, I will blow shit up. Let's negotiate.
This is the reason. This was like a dynamic, that we learned way back during the Rocket Man. But before you and I met, I guarantee you had the same impression I did. Whenever he started calling Kim Jong-un Rocket Man, I was like, oh, this guy's amazing. He's calling him Rocket Man. No way.
So good.
That's so awesome.
So good.
He's proven it. He's proven it out, man.
So today, Shady Groove, today is President Trump will participate in the Medal of Freedom ceremony for Charlie Kirk on his 32nd birthday. It's interesting. It's the highest civilian honor. And isn't it weird that it's George Floyd's birthday and we're going to call it National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, I know. The whole crew is out there talking about how racist that is already.
Oh, racist, schmacist. The guy died of a drug overdose.
Yeah, we're gonna replace the drug addicted criminal with a beautiful human being that was fighting for free speech in America. Because that's the point. Actually, Jeff, I had a conversation with my little brother the other day, and he has a daughter, and his daughter is a junior in high school, and my niece, and she She was the one that explained to him that Charlie Kirk died. Like she came up to him and said, "Dad, Charlie Kirk was just assassinated." And I just wanted to mention that because there's a layer of people that are under 18 years old that are in America that saw what happened. Yeah. And it affected them the way 9/11 affected that generation, and it affected them the way that JFK affected the older generation. And what happens whenever that happens in America is there is a paradigm shift at the ground level that gets built upon from there. And now you're seeing a lot more people looking up to Donald Trump and looking over to realize that, hey, my faith is important. My walk with God is important. And I need to shepherd that. I need to shepherd that journey a little bit better.
Kirk with the Medal of Freedom Award. It's the highest civilian honor on what would have been Charlie's 32nd birthday.
What is so important to our country is to find our disagreements respectfully, because when people stop talking, that's when violence happens. You need the diversity ideas, and you need to be able to challenge your viewpoint around a broader theme of freedom. That really is okay to have that sort of discussion.
Standing up against injustice. The most masculine thing you can do is stand up against the injustice and the suffering of others.
The campuses will hold the key to Western civilization. I truly believe that, and I know that I'm going to be fighting with every ounce that I have to save the greatest country ever to exist.
And expected at the White House ceremony alongside Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica, will be Charlie's good friend and his colleague, Tyler Boyer. He is Turning Point's COO, and he joins us now. Tyler, thank you so much for coming on. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thanks for having me, Ainsley. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You were the COO. You have been for the last 11 years, longest tenured employee of Turning Point USA. Charlie would have been 32 today. His little kids should have been jumping on him in the bed, and Erica bringing him breakfast in bed and having a family day together, but that's not going to happen. It is an important day because it's the day of his birth. It's the day that Charlie Kirk was born, and his life made such an impact in a short 31 years. Talk about the Charlie Kirk effect and what you've seen.
It's been quite the ride since I met Charlie Kirk that many years ago. A young guy who was the most brilliant speaker that I had ever met, could really capture a room within moments and change hearts and minds. And I saw that on a face-to-face basis with every college kid that he had ever met when we were on campus, to every major investor in Turning Point, to the president himself throughout the years. And as we celebrate him today at the White House, those are the stories that we're going to hear. Those are the stories we're going to tell each other.
Yeah, y'all really grew together as men and helped this organization grow for everyone around the country. Erica will accept the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The president announced shortly after his death that he would be awarding him. Look at this beautiful picture of their family. It's the highest civilian honor. What's your reaction?
Yeah, it's well deserved. Again, it's an emotional moment because we know how deserved it is. But obviously not having our friend there is going to be something I think that will be tough. It's watching Erica and the strength that she has as she's taking on raising her family by herself and putting the entire organization of Turning Point on her back has been just something to really awe at. Her strength is pretty incredible to persevere. And so as we celebrate Charlie's life today and on his birthday, I think that we're going to be able to look to one another and, hopefully feel him with us as he receives this very special award from the president.
Yeah, well, our thoughts, our prayers are with you, Tyler. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your work with the Medal of Freedom Award. It's the highest.
Sorry about that. I think that's pretty amazing right there. And then, you get, these trolls that are stuck on the dumb train. Is he even dead? No medical examiner report, no coroner report, no graveside. Give me a break. My ear goes out to all deceived.
Also, the dumb stuff about the autopsy, that there was an autopsy done. They're making
so
all this
stupid.
Stuff. They're making all of it up. They have to make it up. They have to make it up because now they've made a bet. Like the Democrats, they made a bet that you were going to take transgender men into your bathrooms. And so even after you tell them that that's not going to happen, they continue to double down. That's exactly what's going on with these people. They've made a bet, and now they've made a bed, and now they have to lie in it. And this is where they're going to end up staying forever, because the idea, all this nonsense that they're doing, it's no different than the JFK Jr. stuff. It's no different than the devolution stuff. It's all the same thing, and it's all the exact same people.
That's right. And, Andrew Colvett joined Real American Voice to dispel misinformation. Imagine that. These people have to defend themselves from your stupid butts.
Yeah, it's not the Democrats making stuff up that they have. No,
it's fake MAGA. Mm-hmm. Maybe it is Democrats.
It is Democrats, but they're pretending like they aren't.
You think out there in the audience want justice for Charlie? I can assure you the people that are in this building, the people who are closest to Charlie, want it more. And you need to believe me when I say that. And that goes for Erica, that goes for Tyler, that goes for the whole team. Amen. And I can certainly say that that is the truth for myself. And just because you don't hear us speaking into a particular issue or an aspect of the case does not mean that we are not running 100 miles an hour in that direction to get the truth and to get justice. Yeah. And we have a team that is coordinating with law enforcement, both federal and state and local officials. And yes, we think we got the guy, that they got the guy. And
now they think they got the guy. We know they got the guy, okay? But what he says after this is what we should be talking about, not the stupid-ass conspiracy theories. Listen.
Doesn't mean we don't have open questions. Who else knew about it? When did they know about it? Right. And was there financing? Were people getting radicalized by certain groups or ideologies? We want to know all of that. Sure. And we're not going to rest until we get that. But
And I want to know all of that, too. That is a normal human being instinct, Shady Grove.
But the thing is, that's going to lead to the people, to some degree, the people that, if that leads to people, the only people that it can lead to are the people that are out there running these bogus narratives, which are the psychological operations, which makes me think that they're trying to obfuscate a military operation and claim that it was a Mossad Israel operation. Yep. If anything, that's what it looks like, even though it doesn't really look like that.
Because you don't see us speaking into something, doesn't mean we don't care, and doesn't mean that we're not working on those things actively. And me in my role with Turning Point, I have to be aware of the fact that things I say in public could negatively impact an ongoing investigation. People don't like that answer. I think most people appreciate that answer, but there's some people that don't. But that is the truth, and we have to sort of respect the process, let it play out. Yes. And then in the meantime, Dan, we have stuff that we can work on, and that is making sure that Charlie's legacy grows, expands.
Yes, and yes, Shady.
That's what they're trying to prevent, my friend. What he said there at the end, that's what all of these people are trying to prevent. They're trying to stop Turning Point from being effective. They're trying to stop Turning Point from going forward, and they're trying to undermine Turning Point's validity amongst as many people as possible. The Stupiders of the world,
Stu Peters,
Owens of the world, the Tucker Carlsons of the world,
General Flynn.
They're all jealous of what Turning Point USA has built, and they're trying to grab a piece of it and hopefully destroy it in the process.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, these stupid narratives, and I'm just asking questions. They're so
not
stupid.
Asking questions.
You're not asking questions. You're being
They're inserting narratives.
Yeah, exactly right.
Turning people's minds to garbage.
So let's watch this. This is remembering Charlie Kirk on his 32nd birthday.
When you make that covenant with the Lord on that altar, don't let that fire burn out from the altar. That love is so special and so powerful. You married your soulmate. You married the person who God made for you. He was the perfect father. He was the perfect husband. Charlie always believed that God's design for marriage and the family was absolutely amazing, and it is. It is, and it was the greatest joy of his life. And over, he would tell all these young people to come and find their future spouse, become wives and husbands and parents. And the reason why is because he wanted you all to experience what he had and still has. He wanted everyone to bring heaven into this earth through love and joy that comes from raising a family. It's beautiful.
But he's really not dead, Shady. I mean, can you imagine saying this kind of stuff?
Oh my God, bro. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting that people are willing to do that to this family, considering what Charlie gave to all of us. You know, Charlie gave a piece of himself. You know, like the one thing that my brother said, he was like, you know, I would watch him with the kids whenever they were here, and they would play these clips, and he was like, some of the most disgusting people that you've ever seen in your life would come up to that microphone. And then he was like, all these other people would start mocking them and making fun of them. Charlie would say, shut up. Mm-hmm. It's this person's turn. It's their turn to talk. And he would talk to them no matter what they were wearing, no matter what they were saying, no matter how ridiculous it sounded. He talked to them as if they meant something. You see, this is what was confusing to the people that came to the microphone that had this big beef with Charlie. They were very confused because they had all of these issues and all of these problems, and then they would come up and they would step up to that microphone, and he wouldn't treat them the way that their television told them that Republicans viewed them. You see, he didn't go along with that. And a lot of people are out here on social media doing exactly that. You're giving the left fodder to justify their behavior. You're acting in a way that makes them point at you and say, oh, look what they did. All of this violence that you see on the left. And then all of a sudden they look at you and they point to, oh, look what you did on January the 6th. And they do not at all understand whatsoever that the people that engineered January 6th were not people that supported Donald Trump, even though people that supported Donald Trump were there. The people that engineered that day were doing it for a far different reason. They were trying to stop him. So whenever you start to see these people are willing to do this to you in your own country, then you have to realize what it is that the military and the intelligence agencies were willing to do to other countries and other peoples as they puppeted and as they spoke in acting like they were speaking in your name.
That's right. And I think to wrap us up out of here, Shady Group, President Trump is going to be meeting with Argentina, Javier Milei, today, and he already just greeted him. But I wanted to play the gaggle late last night on Air Force One as President Trump takes a rightful victory lap. Shady Group, check this out. Here we go.
Okay.
Whoops. We do it live, Shady. We do it live. We're live.
Thank you very much. So this was really a historic day, to put it mildly. Wasn't it amazing? Even that last meeting, when you see the heads of those countries, those are serious countries. But I thought it was fantastic. And seeing the so-called hostages, because kids come back home the way their parents just went crazy. Your father would not be that way with you. He'd be okay, but he wouldn't be like that.
I would get a hug.
A hug. A minor hug, okay. Let's go. No, he wouldn't. I'm only kidding. So, how are you doing? Everybody okay? Are we good?
How are you feeling?
I feel good. I mean, it's a long day, right? It's a long day, and we did a couple of big ones. That first one, it's getting great reviews. I'm telling you that. There's a lot of meat in there. They're dissecting it and just playing it all night long. It's been very good. I think it's a very important day. Because nobody thought this was possible. And the press has been very respectful for a change. It doesn't happen often. Go ahead, Peter. Let's go.
What does it tell you about the world that it seems like you got a much better reception in Israel than you would get in like New York City right now?
I think I get a great reception in New York City.
I'm not saying that you don't, but it was on another level today.
You're right. It was incredible. But I went to the Bronx, and we had 31,000 people in a park in the Bronx in New York City during the campaign. 31,000, you remember that? And it was the friendliest crowd you've ever seen, and very diverse. But it was really second. New York is good. It's good.
New York City, bad example, but it was. I don't know if you can see.
Are you admitting you made a mistake? I don't believe it. This is breaking news. No,
first rule of politics: never admit a mistake.
Never.
But it was in the motorcade. I don't know if you can see. There were people hanging out of every apartment balcony inside the Knesset.
Okay, so I've heard they said if you did Russia or if you did lots of different combinations, they say the Middle East blows it away. And I said, well, I'm like experts. It's just thousands of years, nothing's been done. It's the whole thing with the Arabs, Jewish people, this and everybody. It's just never been done before. And there's a certain mystery to the Middle East. I mean, look, it's only because of ratings. You know, you're only as good as the ratings, right? If they weren't getting ratings, your people at Fox would. And by the way, Trey is excellent.
He does a really good job.
Really
He and his whole team.
We did a very quick interview. I was running to the second one where we were pretty late.
Something that we heard from some Israelis on the ground, they want to know how the peace holds when you are not the president. So 3 years from now,
I can't answer it. I know this, and you are all witness. We go, and I get 25,000, 35,000. If you look at a normal president, we'll get 300 people, and that's not bad. You know, they'll go to a ballroom, they get 300 people. We get 35. We had 117,000 people in New Jersey, and so I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I'll be out there fighting for whoever it may be.
Did you tell Bibi beforehand that you were going to go off script? And
no, I actually told him I didn't want to bring up the part, but it was just a perfect spot. It was good timing when you said, because he was getting a very good hand, and when they stopped, they said, "Why did he give this guy a part?" If he didn't get a good hand, they wouldn't have done that. But the timing was. What do you think, Katie? Good timing for that. Right?
I think people thought it was pretty funny. Yes.
Yeah, it worked out well. It's a little risque. I'll bring it up. Yeah, a pretty sore subject in Israel, but the people were fantastic.
Mr. President, you spoke
here we go.
Egypt.
She can ask more questions this morning. Go ahead.
I have some good questions, I promise.
You do. You were very nice today. Go ahead.
You talked to President El-Sisi, and you spoke about in that room how Egypt has so little crime, and you said it's all about leadership. You talked about...
Well, they're very strong on crime.
You talked about some of the governors.
You wouldn't believe how strong, but they are very strong, but they don't have the kind of crime. They don't have the violent, they may have other kinds of crime, but they're violent crime. You can actually walk down a park and not get mugged or hit over the head with a baseball.
Do you want to see some U.S. governors be more like Egypt?
No, I want them to be stronger and tougher and not allow us to have record-breaking crime in Chicago and different places. I want them to admit they have crime. So there were 4,000 shootings in Chicago, murders over a fairly short period of time, meaning like a year and a half, I think. 4,000 murders. Many, many thousands of you're hit by a bullet but don't die. I want him to say we have a problem. Could Trump bring in the troops and solve the problem like I did in D.C., like I'm doing in Memphis? Have you seen the crime's way down in Memphis and we've only been there 7 days? Way down.
The courts have been standing in their way here.
They have
held
been.
Up.
Are
you
the lower courts
using
have.
the Insurrection Act?
The lower, well, I could use it. If I wanted to, I could use it. Look, that's a very simple answer. I'm allowed to use the Insurrection Act. In fact, that was on Stephanopoulos today, his Sloppodopoulos show. They asked Sloppy Chris Christie about the Insurrection Act. He said, well, if you're talking about the Insurrection Act, he's got the absolute right to use that. And he said a couple of things about that. He said 50% of the presidents that served in office have used the Insurrection Act. And the Insurrection Act, according to all of them, said it can't even be challenged. I don't have to go there yet because I'm winning on appeal. You know, you're right. We're losing with radical left judges, generally, radical left judges, and we're winning on appeal. So we'll see what happens.
I'll be speaking to Governor J.B. Pritzker tomorrow. Do you have any messages or questions for him?
Well, I think he should beg for help because he's running a bad operation and he's letting people be killed in his city because he doesn't want in Chicago. And I love Chicago. Chicago can be a great city again, and very quickly. I would have Chicago cleaned out, the criminals removed, we would remove them. You know, in D.C. we took out 1,700 career criminals, hard-line criminals. That's why it's so good right now. D.C. setting records the other way. It's never been so safe. And the restaurants have never done better business. They're opening up new restaurants. They were closing restaurants, now they're opening new restaurants. I can do the same thing on a larger scale in Chicago. And Pritzker should ask me to do it. But when you mentioned insurrection, I mean, you were the one that mentioned, one of you mentioned Insurrection Act. I could do that. And many presidents have. Katie, 50% of the presidents have used the insurrection because they don't want to go through this stuff where somebody said there's no crime and 4,000 people got shot. You know, right?
Maybe you'll have to use it.
You don't have to convince because she tends to be on the conservative side.
Do you have an update on the Schumer shutdown and Democrats still continuing to refuse to vote for the continued resolution?
Look, they want to have health care for illegals that have come in. Many of these people are criminals, and they want to have health care. And what it also does is, you know, we have nobody coming in now. We haven't really locked down. If they start winning cases like this, we're going to have a rush on our border because they're going to come up for health care and the other things that they give away. Look at this, education, health care, he gives everything away. People come up for that. People come from other countries for that. So we can't have it. We can't have it. We have people coming into our country, but they're coming in legally.
Do you have any more meetings
We have
with
the
leadership
strongest border we've ever had. But they are coming in, Katie. They're coming in legally through a process.
Do you have any planned meetings with House and Senate leadership on the Republican side to figure out
I'm
this
meeting
week?
with them. I talk to them all the time. John Thune's been great, and Mike has been great. The Speaker, he's been great. Those two guys have done a great job. But we're dealing with a bunch of radical left lunatics that have lost an election in a landslide. They don't even admit that. I mean, think of it. They lost the election 2,700 in terms of counties to 525. That's where the map is entirely, right? They lost all 7 swing states. They lost the popular vote. And then they say, oh, the election was close. She says the election.
Learn to read the map. Interesting.
Election was a landslide. But they lie. You know, they can take any subject like this sometimes. He says, oh, no, Los Angeles is doing great. If we didn't go into Los Angeles, they would have had to cancel the Olympics. And the head of law enforcement said, and he said it very strongly, we could not have handled this if Trump didn't bring those people in. 2 weeks later, he said, oh, we could have, because he was told to say that. But we did a great job in Los Angeles. You wouldn't have, first of all, you lost half of it with the fires. And this would have been, I think this would have been maybe even worse. They had no control. When we went in, the police had totally lost control. And he admitted it. The head, whoever he is, whatever his name is, he admitted it very strongly.
What's your reaction to President Bill Clinton giving you credit for ending the war?
Well, I've always liked Bill Clinton. I've always got along with him. He used to be a friend of mine. Came to my wedding, you know. So did she. A lot of people don't know that. But no, I've always liked him. I thought it was very nice, actually. And what is he doing? He's telling the truth. Because nobody else has been able to do it. Talking about the Middle East, yes.
Mr. President, I wanted to ask you about your conversations with world leaders today. You said that everybody is unified over your plan, but we heard from President Sisi calling for a two-state solution and independent Palestinian state.
You're talking about a different plan. I'm talking about something very much different. We're talking about rebuilding Gaza. I'm not talking about single state or double state or two-state. We're talking about the rebuilding of Gaza.
What's the road ahead for governing Gaza?
Well, we're going to have to see. I mean, a lot of people like the one-state solution. Some people like the two-state solution. So we'll have to see. I haven't commented on that.
How do you see bridging that gap? Because you have the Arab countries.
At some point, I'll decide what I think is right, but I'd be in coordination with other states and other countries.
And are you satisfied? I mean, some people might say it feels premature declaring peace for the whole Middle East. 3,000 years of peace.
Premature? Why? Do you want more people to be killed? What do you want? Another 300,000-400,000 people to be killed? Is that what you're looking for?
But in terms of the risks in Gaza, we're already seeing
risk. So you mean let them fight on for another couple of years and let some more buildings fall down on top of people and keep it going? No, we did it the right way. We did it. I think our timing was perfect, actually.
That was so expertly handled by your president of the United States. Did you hear that, Shady?
I did.
Wow. What, you want more war? You want another 300,000 to 400,000 people killed? Get on the right side. Soon, the MSM won't be able to hide it, and I think that's that's the precipice that we're at right now. He just got Middle East peace, guys.
Well, they don't.
I was watching CNN trying to make it like they're like, President Trump got peace in the Middle East, and they're scowling and scoffing and trying to make it bad, but you can't.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they were trying to do, because their whole narrative dies. You made the point earlier that, oh my God, Hitler went and saved Israel.
I know.
Israel is full of Jewish people, in case you didn't know, and supposedly Nazis were very anti-Jewish. Like the Nazis wanted to murder and kill and expel the Jewish people, and so because of that, they ran all the Jewish people into Israel, and now Donald Trump is acting like second Hitler by saving them.
Yep. And so we're at the end of our show, Shady. I just want to make a quick thing. We had a friend. And we knocked heads a couple times, but, we talked. KLC, Kenny Cobb Jr., passed away yesterday while Middle East Peace was being brought to you. Kenny should be proud. And just never give up, guys. Rest in peace, KLC. We will miss you, and we'll continue these pesky Q-proofs for you.
God bless you, sir. We went back and forth a number of times. Rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely. And never, ever give up, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Shady, thank you. Yeti, thank you. Thank you for everything, guys. Oh, wait, let me do this real quick. I forgot.
Wednesday. Oh, wait.
Oh, Shady, I forgot one. Thank you, Yeti, for reminding me, and I almost forgot the reminder. Hey, football fanatics, are you ready for some primetime NFL action? Tune in to Westwood One for all the gridiron glory you crave, from jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-changing plays. Don't miss a moment of the excitement. Catch every snap, every tackle, and every victory on Westwood One. You can listen to the NFL on the NFL app. You can listen to Westwood One Sports app on WestwoodOneSports.com via Westwood One station streams, or by asking ALEXA to open Westwood One. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. See you guys tomorrow, Shady.
Boom.
Years from now, some of them may look back and ask themselves whether they've made the right choice, whether they've made the most of the opportunities they've been given. Together, we have the same mission. Over the course of your life, you will find that things are not always fair. You will find that things happen to you that you do not deserve and that are not always warranted. But you have to put your head down and fight, fight, fight. Never, ever, ever give up. Don't give in. Don't back down, and never stop doing what you know is right. Nothing worth doing ever, ever, ever came easy. And the more righteous your fight, the more opposition that you will face. In your hearts are inscribed the values of service, sacrifice, and devotion. Now you must go forth into the world and turn your hopes and dreams into action. America has always been the land of dreams, because America is a nation of true believers. When the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth, they prayed. When the founders wrote the Declaration of Independence, they invoked our Creator 4 times. Because in America, we don't worship government, we worship God. It is why our currency proudly declares, "In God we trust." And it's why we proudly proclaim that we are one nation under God. The story of America is the story of an adventure that began with deep faith, big dreams, and humble beginnings. The next generation of American leaders never, ever give up. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit. Never quit. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. Carry yourself with dignity and pride. Demand the best from yourself. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward. And always have the courage to be yourself. America is better when people put their faith into action. Pray to God and follow his teachings. Today, each of you begins a new chapter as well. When your story goes from here, it will be defined by your vision, your perseverance, and your grit. You will build a future where we have the courage to chase our dreams no matter what the cynics and the doubters have to say. You will have the confidence to speak the hopes in your hearts and to express the love that stirs your souls. As long as you have pride in your beliefs, courage in your convictions, and faith in God, then you will not fail. As long as America remains true to its values, loyal to its citizens, and devoted to its Creator, then our best days are yet to come. May God bless the class of 2017. May God bless the United States of America. And I just want to let you know that God blesses you. And I want to just say, you are special in every way. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless America. www.mg.show. Boom.